time. 6:30. It's time to do this show. Coffee's ready. I'm ready. Tablet's ready. The cat's sitting in her spot. I'm wearing a bathrobe. I mean, what else you gotta do? There's not much else to do. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Monday, December 23rd, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. I have no idea why it took me so long to figure out what time it was, but it did. So, or what day it was. Should be able to go, Wednesday's Christmas, and work backwards, but I'm not that awake. That's the whole point behind First Cup. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I had a great weekend, one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. I spent Saturday doing virtually nothing. Well, that's not true. Woke up early both days. I picked up a couple shifts at the CrossFit gym, which meant getting there early. But that was fun, and made a little money, never a bad thing. From there, on Saturday, went and had brunch at a wonderful restaurant in Montpelier that is closing, Down Home Cafe, this very interesting Southern-inspired breakfast lunch place that's been there for, I think it's been 5 years. It's a wonderful place, but alas, they closed, or closing at the end of the year, so I wanted to make sure I went one more time. Ordered everything on the menu pretty much, so I had a ton of food, ate way too much, but it's all really good, so I wanted to make sure I ate it, because how often do you get to have catfish for breakfast? Right. From there, what did I do? Came back home, relaxed on the couch, drank some tea, watched a movie, went to the gym, came home, watched more TV, went to bed. I ate dinner in there somewhere. Saturday was almost the same. Coached, went out for lunch, had quesadilla this time. Came back and just cleaned the house, did a bunch of work. Worked on what I think is going to be a trailer that we post publicly for the new web series. If you follow me personally on Instagram, you might have seen a photo, but remember the medal? It's now on a chain. That might give you more of a clue as to what's going on here. That chain's going to get replaced. That's something that from my own personal jewelry collection. Sounds like a weird thing to say, but I guess that's most accurately what it is. I don't wear jewelry very often. I used to. As a teenager, I loved wearing a silver chain. I have several. Yeah. Watched a lot of Disney Plus this weekend. Good stuff. Gabe's asking, great question. Are you doing First Cup tomorrow and Wednesday? Definitely doing First Cup tomorrow. I am most likely doing First Cup on Wednesday. So here's the thing. Here's the deal. Most of you know. Actually, you probably don't know. Some of you might know. I'm Jewish. I was raised Jewish, had a bar mitzvah, identify as Jewish. I'm happy to participate in celebrations of pretty much any faith at any time, as long as they're with people that I love spending time with. So my family, my adopted family, they are all Christian of some variety, and so we do Christmas holiday stuff. We already did all that. We've already done all the Christmas stuff. So my plan for Wednesday is I'm going to go for a hike. Thank you. Gabe says Happy Hanukkah. I'm going to go for a hike, and so I don't sleep in too late. I'm going to get up. This is the plan so far, and do First Cup and start getting ready for my hike, so I can get out there and spend the day in the woods. So yes, If I decide to change my mind, I will change my mind in the next 24 hours and let you know tomorrow. But as of right now, we're doing first cut. There will not be first cut New Year's Day because I'm most likely going to be out with friends and doing things. And regardless of whether I drink too much, which of course is the cliche of New Year's Eve, I will be up late and don't want to get up to do first cut. Most of you will be in bed anyway. So. What else did I do this weekend? Spent a little bit of time dealing with the whole uniform debacle. If you watched it on Friday, you know that those games are not quite right. They're perfectly fine. They're great uniforms. They're just not what they were supposed to be. The customer that pre-ordered has said that she still wants them, so I will be delivering those, giving her a partial refund. And the rest of them will be destined for Amazon, so I can get rid of them. And then I'll order more. In fact, I'll probably order more like this week just to get that process started. And they better come through the right way, or I might have to hurt someone. Friday, traveled to Manchester, New Hampshire, did some kickboxing, some superfoot kickboxing training with my friends Terry Dow and Paul Milholland. I had a great time. I'm assuming they had a great time. They seemed like they had a great time. And always good to work on that stuff. And then what happened? Well, dealt with more car crap. I have my car back. We'll see for how long. Knock on wood. Knocking on the coffee table. So. What's going on today? Today, I've got a call with somebody later. Most of the rest of what's going on is just getting some stuff done. I got about a bunch of stuff done yesterday. I'm probably not going to get everything done. There's a lot on the list. So one of those things is the audiobook. I think we have all the files and split up the right way. So that's one of the things I'm going to look at early on, is getting that audiobook ready, because I'd like that to be available for people. So. Yeah. And there's no Taekwondo this week, so no martial arts happening outside of what I do on my own. But there's some questions. I know there's some questions. So let me pull them up. Let me answer. If you want to ask a question, drop below. I'll answer it the next day. How many times a week do you go to the gym? And so that question, I know, is not martial arts gym, but resistance training, weight gym, whatever you want to call it. Ideally, so let me explain. I try to do something active every day, which means I'm trying to go for a hike or a long walk or go to the gym or go to a martial arts class. I try to move every day. That didn't happen yesterday in the conventional sense. I went and I coached some fitness classes and then was all over this house picking up, putting away, and definitely got quite a few steps in, if we're going to think of it that way. Good morning, or still morning. Good morning, Laura. I aim in terms of full workouts for 2 to 3 times a week. If I'm at the gym, other than that, I'm just, I'm on the treadmill walking because I haven't had a chance to move that day, or just need to lift some heavy things because that's just where my mind is at. If I had if the warehouse was heated better and there was a heavy bag out there, I would probably be out there a little bit more, but it's not, and I don't. I've got a stand-up bag, but so it's easy to move around. It's not full of sand. It's quite a bit of sand, but it's not full of sand. So if I hit it hard, it falls over. It's kind of fun. All in all, I probably do 3 resistance training style workouts a week. I probably average one martial arts class a week. And then I'm just constantly punching and kicking things in my house. You would closing cabinets with kicks and kicking door frames and punching and playing with distance. And that has proved to be helpful. And surprisingly, somebody's asking, I'm not even going to answer that question. That's a ridiculous question. Hello. As we were working kickboxing stuff, some of my, even though it had been months since I'd worked with these guys, some of the things I've been working on are getting better. And that was pretty cool to see. Hi. No, there is not. There is not. I live alone. But on the, what is happening? All of a sudden, this channel is getting spammed, and I have no idea why. This is very strange to me. Huh. This is weird. So there are like 3 or 4 accounts that have just popped in that are clearly spamming and not, or at least just being jerks, trolls. I'm just going to ignore them because I can. And I'll just ban you later when we're done with the live show. So enjoy. I think one of the reasons that practice around the house has been impactful is that it's frequent. It's happening multiple times per day, not every day. Or multiple times per day, every day, even though it's just for a couple minutes here and there. So there's benefit there. And this is why, we've got the program 2-Minute Martial Arts, and I know most of you are familiar with that. So check that out. And let's move on. Next question. What are the signs of a good gym? So if we're talking a good resistance training gym, then I would say cleanliness is probably the most important thing. You can do a lot with even very basic equipment. You can do a lot with old equipment. All right. You know what? I'm not that good. I am going to distract. I am going to... We are currently removing people who are being harassing. You guys get a great, nice angle of my face while I do this. All right. Let's see if that helps. No, more. Thank you, Laura. There you go, Laura. And there we go. Huh. That's weird. Laura, I don't know how that happened. That's very weird. No, somebody just... No, so... What is happening? All right. So... I'm not really sure what's happening right now, but there's a group of people who have tried to take over the feed, and I don't know if they're compromising other people's accounts or impersonating other people's accounts. I don't know. This is frustrating. I have to go back and remove all these. That's unfortunate. All right, so tell you what, everybody. I'm gonna probably end up deleting this episode because this is really rough. We've never had this problem before. No idea. All right, maybe it's better now. Let's try. Let's see. Okay. So, if you just survived watching the last few minutes, my apologies. I have no idea what's going on and why we're attracting this negative attention all of a sudden. But, yeah. All right. So, what are the signs of a good gym? It's clean. The ratio of people to equipment is decent. You don't want to go to a gym where you have to wait in line for everything, of course. And more importantly, the people at the front desk care. You can make roughly the same statement about a martial arts facility. Is it clean? That's the number one thing. Is it clean? Obviously, we're not talking about the quality of instruction at this point, but is the facility clean? Bathrooms, if there's a changing room, you know, is it picked up? Again, is it clean? And I think for anything, are you comfortable there? If you're not comfortable there, then you're probably not going to go. You're not going to enjoy yourself. You're not going to get better. The whole point of going to any gym or martial arts school is to get better. So, get better, right? Yeah. Then we got one more question in here. What are the benefits of going to the gym? There are too many benefits to name of why developing your cardiovascular fitness or your strength are going to impact your martial arts. I mean, it's huge, and we're actually we're in initial stages of developing some strength programming solely for martial artists. The first program that we're going to do will be something you can do at home with zero equipment, and that's what's taking a while because that's not easy to do. In fact, I'm not familiar with anything else on the market that is like that. So we're starting that. I have no idea when that will be released. It might be January. But always looking at how we can help the community, how we can improve. How do we make your martial arts training and life better? So, yeah. Well, this is a weird way to start a Monday. This is so weird. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to turn off chat. Boom. Chat hidden. Well, hopefully that we don't have to do this every time. Because if we do, then this is not going to be fun. This was not the intent. And I think what we'll do is just make sure we have more moderators. Somebody's always got to ruin it for others, and I'm not sure why. You know, I've never been that type of person, so I don't understand what motivates people to do that. My guess is that they don't have much going on in their lives. So by tearing down what other people have, makes them feel better. I don't want to go out on this note. What else can we? Let me throw something else at you, so we can try and end in a positive way. I feel weird. This feels weird. Oh, it's Monday. New episode. Let's talk about that. New episode of Martial Arts Radio is out. I'm assuming. Let's see. Yeah. Mr. Philip Hartshorn, who is a YouTuber himself. Episode 460, you can find that in your podcast feed, so go ahead, check that out. We had a good time. He's done a bunch of stuff. I mean, like, really done a bunch of stuff, done some cool things. I mean, he talks about a lot of martial arts and non-martial arts stuff and just how that's impacted his life. So, go check that out. Let me know what you think. All right, cool. If you have a question, drop it below. If it's legitimate, I'll answer it tomorrow. If it's not, well, I won't. Homework coming at you in a second. Don't forget, we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern here on YouTube. You can catch it later in your podcast feed. Subscribe, turn on notifications. And, all right, homework. Can't ignore what just happened. So, if you have bullies or jerks or trolls or whatever in your life, what do you do to handle them? It's really different the way you handle this kind of behavior online versus offline, and it's fortunate because you don't have as many options offline. There's something about the triviality of it being able to happen online in just a few button presses that makes it more common, more likely to happen. And fortunately, there are tools set up in, say, something like YouTube, so we can manage that. But what do you do offline? When you're a child and you deal with a bully, those options are pretty clear. You go to an adult and et cetera. But what about when that bully is your boss? What about when that bully is someone that you see at the gym, right? There are bullies that are unchecked grow up to be bigger bullies with power. And there are still options. We've done some episodes on this. You can go back and you can check out. But take stock of the people in your life. How do they treat others? How do they treat you? Do they treat you well? Great. Do they treat others well? Great. But if they're not treating someone well, someone has to say something. Someone has to do something because they're not going to spontaneously change. If you have the opportunity to say something, if you have the chance to make something happen, you have the responsibility. So consider that. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace.